The pay yourself first habit. Most people save what's left after spending. That's the wrong order. The pay yourself first habit flips it. Before rent, before groceries, before anything else, a fixed amount leaves automatically on payday. The money is gone before it can be spent. A 10% savings rate on a $60,000 salary is $500 a month. At a 7% average annual return, $500 a month invested for 30 years becomes $566,000. Add modest raises applied to the same habit and the number crosses 7 figures. The math doesn't require a high income. It requires going first, before the expenses do. No tracking, no budgeting system. Just one automated transfer, set once, running forever. The person who saves first and spends second will always have more than the person who spends first and saves what's left, because what's left is usually nothing.
The 24-hour rule. Before any non-essential purchase over $30, wait 24 hours. That's the entire habit. No spreadsheet, no complex system, no sacrifice, just time. Research shows the majority of impulse purchases feel significantly less necessary 24 hours later. The desire was real in the moment, but the moment passed and the want passed with it. Cutting even half of weekly impulse purchases through a waiting period frees up $200 to $400 a month. That's $2,400 to $4,800 a year. Invested consistently at 7% over 30 years, $300 a month becomes $340,000. The 24-hour rule doesn't require discipline every day, only in the moment before something goes in the cart. One pause, repeated consistently, is the difference between having it and having the money it would have cost.
The cook-at-home habit. The average American household spends over $3,600 a year eating out. Roughly $300 a month on food that takes 20 minutes to arrive and 10 minutes to eat. Cooking at home doesn't mean eating badly. It means deciding that $300 a month is better used elsewhere. Having the restaurant budget, not eliminating it, just having it, frees $150 a month. At 7% annual return over 30 years, $150 a month becomes $170,000. Not from deprivation, from redirecting one spending category towards something that compounds. The cost of the meal disappears the moment you finish eating. The cost of not investing it compounds against you for 30 years. Food should be enjoyed. The question is whether you're paying for the food or for the convenience of not making it.
The subscription audit habit. Once a year, every year, sit down with a bank statement and list every recurring charge, every streaming platform, every app, every membership, every forgotten fee. Then add them up. Research shows the average American underestimates their monthly subscription spend by over 40%. The audit isn't about eliminating everything, only the ones that stopped earning their place. For most people, that's $50 to $150 a month in charges running on autopilot, buying nothing of real value. At $100 a month redirected into an index fund at 7% over 30 years, the subscription audit habit alone builds $113,000. The review takes 1 hour a year. You cannot save money you don't know you're spending.
The used over new habit. A new car loses roughly 20% of its value in the first year. By year 3, it has lost 40 to 50%. The person who buys a 3-year-old vehicle instead of a new one gets the same transportation for half the cost and lets someone else absorb the depreciation. Over a lifetime, the average person buys 5 to 7 cars. Applying the used over new habit to each purchase saves tens of thousands in depreciation alone. The same principle applies to furniture, electronics, tools, and appliances. The $8,000 saved on a single car purchase, invested immediately at 7%, becomes $60,000 over 30 years, from one decision made once. Every new product is a used product within a year. The premium you pay is for the first year of ownership. That is the most expensive year there is.
The negotiate everything habit.
Most people pay the listed price for everything: phone bills, insurance premiums, internet plans, rent, salary. They assume the number is final. It usually isn't. Studies show that the majority of people who call to negotiate a bill get a reduction on the first attempt. Insurance premiums drop when you shop annually. Salaries move when you ask at the right moment. Rent sometimes adjusts at renewal. The person who treats every bill as an opening position instead of a final number typically saves $1,000 to $3,000 per year without changing a single lifestyle habit. At $2,000 a year redirected into investments at 7% over 30 years, the negotiate everything habit builds $189,000. The only cost is one uncomfortable conversation per category per year. Most prices are suggestions. The people who understand this pay less than the people who don't. The raise redirect habit. Every time income increases, a raise, a promotion, a better opportunity, lifestyle tends to expand and absorb it. New apartment, better car, more dining out. This is lifestyle inflation, and it is the primary reason most people feel no wealthier at $80,000 than they did at $50,000. The raise redirect habit breaks the pattern with one rule. When income increases, direct the entire increase towards savings or investment before lifestyle adjusts. A $5,000 raise redirected to monthly investment contributions adds $416 a month. At 7% over 20 years, that single raise becomes $213,000. Most people receive 5 to 10 raises across a career. Redirecting even half of them compounds into a retirement most people would find remarkable. The lifestyle you have today is enough to live on. Every raise is a decision about your future, not an invitation to spend more. The energy audit habit. Utility bills are among the most consistently ignored categories in a household budget. They arrive monthly, get paid automatically, and rarely get questioned. Small adjustments, thermostat settings, LED lighting, unplugging idle devices, weatherproofing, can reduce energy costs by $100 to $200 a month without any reduction in comfort. That number seems small in isolation. Over 30 years, $150 a month invested at 7% becomes $170,000. The energy audit isn't about sacrifice. It's about recognizing that the cost of heating an empty room or running a device nobody is using is real money. Money that compounds against you with the same patience that invested money compounds for you. Small leaks sink large ships. Small recurring expenses, left unexamined, do the same thing to a financial life. The no-spend day habit. 2 days a week with zero discretionary spending. Not zero spending on anything. Bills and necessities exist. Zero on anything optional. No coffee stops, no takeout, no small purchases, no browsing that ends at checkout. 2 no-spend days a week means roughly 8 per month, eliminating $200 to $400 in incidental spending without touching a single fixed expense. At $300 a month invested at 7% for 30 years, the no-spend day habit alone builds $340,000. No budgeting required, no tracking app, no financial system. Just a decision, made once, applied twice a week. Structure eliminates the need for willpower. The no-spend day is structure. Willpower is unreliable. The calendar is not.
The invest first, enjoy later habit. One rule: any windfall, tax refund, bonus, gift money, side income, found money, gets invested before it gets spent. Not partially. First. The lifestyle doesn't adjust. The celebration doesn't happen. The money moves before it becomes real. This is psychologically difficult because windfalls feel like free money, outside the plan, so spending doesn't seem to count.
But the math doesn't distinguish between planned income and unexpected income. A $3,000 tax refund invested once a year at 7% for 30 years becomes $283,000. The same refund spent annually becomes zero. The person who invests every windfall doesn't live worse. They simply refuse to let unexpected money disappear the way unexpected money always does. Money you don't plan for has a way of spending itself. The invest first habit is the only plan that stops it.
None of these habits requires a high income. None requires a finance degree. None asks you to live worse than you do today. What they require is consistency and the understanding that $1 million is not a single decision. It is 1,000 small ones made in the same direction over a long enough period of time. The habits are ordinary. The math is patient. The gap between the person who builds it and the person who doesn't is rarely income. It is almost always behavior.